All right. You're most welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining through, and thanks so much to our speaker for coming around to share with us. So I'm going to share the bio or the profile of our speaker, such that we are able to just appreciate the person we have today. So to all those that are following this session, wherever you're following the session from, we want to welcome you to the Transformation Professionals Club. Recording in progress. So today we would like to reflect on our goals and progress, especially for the first quarter of the year. And we could not think of any other person to take us through this journey. So the person that we are hosting today is called Juliet, and she's a passionate senior HR professional, a certified life coach, Christian mentor, trainer, speaker, and advocate for persons with disability, and the founder of Inspiration Women's Program. She currently serves as the head of HR for Finance Trust Bank with over 20 years of experience. She has various skills, as you can see: leadership, performance management, employee management, and quite a number. And these skills have enabled her to creatively develop and design people-driven solutions that speak to various organization needs. And in there, she has worked with Unilever, with Vivo Energy, with CNOC. She has also worked with ABSA, Uganda, Equity Bank, Goal, Peak Performance International, quite a number of organizations there, and really kudos for over that 20 years experience. And of course, she has great qualifications with an MBA from Isabat, min MBA in oil and gas, Bachelor of Arts in Social Sciences, and quite a number of professional development courses. And here she says she's an intermediate French speaker, a gospel singer. We hope to tap into that as well. Songwriter, swimmer, health and fitness advocate, wife and mom for kids. She's an animal advocate and owner of 5 dogs and 2 cats. And her nickname is Jules, Coach Jules. I'm so excited to bring to you Coach Jules. I hope that is the right pronunciation, but we shall learn as we proceed through. So thank you so much for coming around. And from your profile, I can say you are living a holistic life. And I think most of us here, one of the things we should be curious about is how do you do it? So you're most welcome, Coach Juliet, and I would want to give you the platform so that you can be able to share with us what you have come through with.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible.
Good. All right, great. Thank you so much, Coach Samuel, for the introduction. Thank you to all the members. It's an honor and a privilege to be here on this beautiful, beautiful day. So this topic is the topic of the day, and it's a topic I so much love and really look forward to sharing. You were asking about the pronunciation. So the nickname is Jules. So Coach Jules, yeah, just like that. All right, so once again, really, it's an honor for all of you who are on the call. I see so many familiar faces, some names I know, some I don't know, but you're all welcome. Feel at home. And I just want to honor you, Coach Samuel, for this platform. We really need more of this. There's so many people yearning to learn, especially out of the work program. So it's an honor. So let's get started. First of all, before we start, I would like people to put for me an emoji of how you're feeling right now. Yeah. I'm going to throw mine in there. So you know how I'm feeling. Yeah. So this is my emoji. That's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling loved. I'm feeling energetic. All right, let me see some of yours. I see lots of people laughing. Give me some love. Give me some love. Throw an emoji in the chat of what you're feeling right now. Anything you feel. I just want to know. Okay, lovely. Charity is also feeling hyper, loved, happy. Can I get some more? Some more, some more? All right, waiting for some more. Raymond, I see you. I don't know, he's kind of like just laughing out and he's just in a hyper mood. Thank you, Raymond. All right. All right. Just give me two more. Come on. How are you feeling? What's up? Gloria has a beautiful smile on her face. She's feeling calm and happy. Anybody else? Colin Stephen is dying. Patricia is just like dying and laughing. Okay, so this is another way for you to know how to keep your energy up. Yeah. Thank you, Obed. Thank you, Coach Samuel. I love it. Yeah. It's one way of knowing what you're feeling right now in a space because that will define where you're going. So that's a free tip. All right, quarter one. So quarter one reflection. Remember, quarter one, it came and it went, yeah? But right now, you have to take stock. We need to take stock. We can't just keep moving. We need to take stock. And we are going to look at those wonderful lessons. What did we take stock of? Because when you look at those 3 months, they went fast, right? They just went like, whoa. But the key thing is we need to assess our progress. This is daily for some people. Others do it weekly, others monthly. I personally do weekly to help myself stay on track. And so we're going to map out how we can best check on how we performed in quarter one and how we can step into quarter two, right? So let's reflect, number one, on our key lessons in quarter one, right? There must have been some key lessons, because when I look at my quarter one, it was a training ground. It was a purely training ground. I was able to learn a lot and actually use that to activate. I had lots of wow moments. And then a few months I was like, So I want to ask you, what were your biggest wins? What were your biggest wins in quarter one? Because you need to celebrate them no matter what, yeah? So personally, my biggest win in quarter one, the biggest, was I was able to achieve my coaching certification. This is a goal I set, I think, years back, but I finally got it. Yeah. And another win was to also achieve a trainer certification. I'm in the last steps of completing that. So what were your wins? Tell me something in the chat. I really need to feel how we're doing because it will help me to know where we're going, right? Just give me one of your wins. What are you celebrating? What are you celebrating in quarter one, where you know this actually happened and it went well? What are you celebrating, people? I know you have some wins. I've shared mine. Okay. And if you'd like to come off the mic, you can also do that so that we can just hear from you, right? Okay, so I'm giving you time to reflect. All right, as you're reflecting on that, what didn't go as planned? Because remember, there are always those things that you plan, but somehow you're like, oh, it didn't go. It didn't go. Yeah. However, instead of dwelling on that, what can you do? Fantastic. I'm feeling you. Thank you, Solomon. Branding visibility on my LinkedIn icon attest. I've been following you, Guy, and I love it. I love it. So also undergoing training on how to maximize your LinkedIn presence. Excellent. Keep it up. Patricia, able to start investment. Excellent. Gloria says, financial goals. This year she achieved 25% of targets. Raymond, successful bid came through. Chat, you read 3 book, girl. People, this is what I need. So the thing is this, when you are going through a quarter, you must have a celebration point. Let me just, I'm a pictorial lady, a lady of creativity. So I'm just going to draw something, but don't worry, I will share these slides. So you can have a piece of paper like this, and then probably back to front, where you actually have a paper where you can draw a quadrant, yeah? And the quadrant has things like wins in one box, progress in the other one, and then improvements, yeah? Because remember, we are not robots, we are human. So as we go through the quarters, there are always those areas of improvement. So the fact that for the people who have posted their wins, you have to celebrate them. So what can you do? You can appreciate yourself, you can take yourself out, you can buy yourself that special thing, you can celebrate, but you need to activate your mind to know that I have delivered so that your mind is ready to activate the next process. Okay, now for things that didn't go as planned, don't look at them as failures. That is just part of you finding out what have I learned and what am I going to do better. So another thing when you're tracking your reflections from quarter one is asking yourself, what surprised you? What surprised you? There must have been something that you planned, but then you're like, oh, and this happened and it went away. So unexpected challenges, maybe, or unexpected opportunities. Now, if you're like me, Coach Jules, I pick them as opportunities. I find a challenge, I turn it into an opportunity, and I'm like, let's go, yeah? Because I know you have to keep learning. Thank you, John Leonard. You expanded your investment in the hospitality industry. Excellent, excellent. So one thing I'm teaching you, if you forget everything else, is you must always reflect on your lessons. You must reflect on the lessons per quarter. But remember, the quarter is big. So you may want to, one, find a journal. We have now all these beautiful gadgets, phones that can track for you journals. I'll give you a few tips how you can journal. You can write in a journal book. That's easy. Or you can use your phone and do audio journaling and just talk to yourself about what happened. This quarter or the month of Jan, I did good. I delivered X, Y, and Z. Month of Feb, I achieved X, Y, and Z. Month of March, I achieved maybe I achieved maybe A and B, and S, T, and Y are still going to be something I pursue in quarter two. Audio trail. You can also just type the notes up on your laptop. And now we have voice recognition. Come on, come on. So if you don't want to do any of that, you just tell your phone, put the voice recognition on and say, hey, these are the things that I'm working on, and please note them down. And it will transcribe for you, but you must reflect. Don't just go running and saying, yeah, you must reflect, yeah? So I want us to move on to another step. Step two, you need to assess your progress. I love what Gloria said. She says, I achieved 25% of my target successfully. Girl, I like you because you need to have some way of measuring your success. I know it's not easy because there are different things you're measuring, but let's see how we can get this done. So my question to you is, if you are on track with your goals, it's easy, right? But when we veer off your goals, how do you get back? So getting back will be easier if you're actually evaluating them. Yeah? Let's look at an example now. For example, many of you I see have investment plans, which is great. Let's look at things like business. You have a goal to grow your business, yeah? And it has to grow by a certain value, right? So you take that value, you divide it into the 4 quarters, for example, and then you chunk it in, yeah? So for example, if we're just using numbers for a game, right? For example, if it's 10 million, you can decide to divide that and say 2.5. I need to generate 2.5 million per quarter in order for me to reach my 10 million target at the end of the year. Because 2.5 times 4, yeah, you get into the 10, for example. Or you could say, like Charity, I want to read maybe certain books. So she's done 3 books. So if I break that down, that means she's doing 1 book per month. So if you do 3 books times 4, that means she'll be doing 12 books by the end of the year. Do you understand? So you don't have to have like some data tool. It's that simple. You just break down. For example, you look at what it is you're projecting to, and then you break it down into manageable chunks. And that enables you to evaluate, right? And I would like to ask somebody in the room, when you look back at January, yeah, because you know how January is, like, yeah, I made it to a new year and it's exciting. But I want to know, when you look at January, have your priorities changed? Did anybody's priorities change? Like by the end of January, like, this thing that I thought I would do, it looks like I'm gonna push it forward. Did anybody's priorities change in January? You started with maybe 20 things you want to do, but by end of January, realized, you know what? I think I'm only going to do 18. Let me hear from you, please, in the chat. Any priorities that change, even if they change in February or in March? This is the beauty of evaluation, because when you evaluate, you're able to realize, no, this is not realistic. All right, waiting to hear from at least one person, one or two people. I know you're there because I also had things that changed. Yes, so Silva says yes, and this is okay. It's okay. It actually means that you are intentional about making sure you achieve things. It's not about just writing down a list and saying, oh, I'm going to achieve. You have to be intentional and also track yourself and realize, maybe let me retweak. Thank you. Thank you, Charity, as well. Yes, things do change. But the key thing is when priorities change, you adjust as well. Raymond, thank you. Personally, I pushed 2 priorities forward to begin them in the last quarter. Excellent, yes. So it doesn't mean because you are in this game of goals that the goals are static, that they're just going to be stuck there. You have to learn to adapt your mind and move forward, yeah? So what distractions or challenges slowed you down? Remember that we're humans, remember? Things happen. So whatever those things are, you must use them and learn from them. Learn from them and see, what can I do to prevent this from slowing me down next time? What are your backup stops? What's your backup strategy? What's your plan B? Because, I'm someone who believes there are always options. Nothing is impossible, right? So for example, if you had planned something and it didn't go, well, you must have at least a backup plan. Yeah, your plan A, your plan B, and plan, so you don't personally drop, and feel like you've lost it. So if I could ask, out of a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being on the higher side, 1 being on the lower side, how would you rate your progress so far for Q1? How would you rate it out of 10? I'd love to hear from you in the chat. And this is another good way of evaluating. Look at it holistically, your professional goals, your business goals, your personal goals, your wellness goals, for example, health and fitness goals, community. Love it. Silas says 7. Go, go, go. I like it. Yeah. And please, we're not here just for numbers. It's a personal scale assessment for yourself. Patricia says 4 out of 10. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Remember, we are different journeys. The numbers are speaking to us so that we're able to see how much more work do I have to do. John, 5, Charity, 4. Thank you. Yeah. So this is good because so if you're out there thinking, I haven't thought about this, you're going to think about it and make sure each quarter you're able to actually go through this. Another good way of finding out how you can assess yourself is ask people who you trust, who know you, your mentors, your coaches, your support group, your circle, people who will know that, yes, you know what, Sandra, actually, you're doing great. No, I don't think so. No, you are. Or Colin, you know what, you just need to step up from this and then you'll be there. Yeah. Always get that support circle. Excellent. I love it. So now when we move into step 3, I want us to look at the challenges and strategies to stay on track. I noticed when I dialed in, people wanted to stick to their goals, focus on their priorities, and follow through. So this is what you call intentionality and being intentional. Solomon, I read you. Thank you. I'd had to postpone my daily walking goal because I got an injury. Oh, sorry. I pray that you will be fine soon. And you can still do other exercises, that are able to keep you going without the walking. And also I have had to rewrite objectives for my proposal, even when I was on the tail end of the program. That's cool. So those are kind of things. Thank you. Thank you so much, Solomon, for sharing that, because we are on different journeys, but don't beat yourself up when you have to make those changes. Don't beat yourself up when you feel like, oh, you know what? I thought I was on the right track. Be adaptable. But again, be able to also know that it's okay to have a challenge, but you can also use this to strategize a way forward. So let's look at that. So even on my side personally, I also face roadblocks. Yeah, I do. And then I'm like, okay, But because my mind has been tuned to move forward, I quickly pick up and then readjust that priority or readjust that goal and fit it into the moving forward. Yeah. And also, please remember, you have to motivate yourself because sometimes you're all there. You're like, is it me who actually wrote these goals out? Is it me who committed to this? Yes, it's you. So you are accountable to yourself, and you need to also be that coach, coaching yourself. Self-coaching is great. I can do this. If you've read my LinkedIn postings, I'm the girl who's like, you've got this. You got this. Yeah, you've got this. You've got this. You can do this. So that is how I operate. When I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing, like, yeah, praise God for another day. Yeah, I know because of you, the Lord, I've got this. I can do this. Nothing is impossible. Yeah. So what do you think when you look back at quarter one? What do you think held you back most? Let's have a feel. What do you think that was there as that thing or that situation that held you back the most? Because that is the one that we are going to make sure doesn't hold us back again. Let me hear from you. What do you think held you back most when you look at your quarter one goals? You had everything laid out, but there was something that just held you back. Okay, lovely. Thank you, Charity. Procrastination. Divided attention. Yeah, I know. Adulting is not easy. Yeah? You want to do this, and you want to do this, and you want to do that. Okay. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else, people? Yes, Solomon. Solomon says, been struggling with juggling work and book, kind of failed to find the right balance. All right, be encouraged. But by the time this session is ended, you'll have it, let me tell you. And maybe when he talks of balance, remember I said we're human? It's about integration. We can't completely balance, but it's about how do we integrate our work, our business, and then those personal things that we are pursuing our purpose. Gloria, thank you. Setting clear goals and being intentional, seeking guidance. Great. Finance, yes, finance is okay. Great, great, great. I love these because these are real things. I personally myself have experienced these in different stages of my life. Now, the beauty is because I have been through this many times, I now don't experience them the same way. I use them as opportunities. However, I always go back to check myself. What's holding me back? Sometimes it could even be your confidence. You can do something, but you're like, I don't think they'll believe me. I don't think if I say it, my idea will be taken. So sometimes even those soft things, yeah. So the key thing is if you could change one thing that you approached in quarter one, what would it be? Yeah, what would it be? I'm thinking like, if I had thought about this, if I had, I could have changed that. Why are we asking? Why am I asking? It's because we want to see how we can learn to identify those challenges and then strategize forward. Some of the answers may be the same, but there could be a different perspective. Huh? So if you could change one thing about how you approach quarter one, what would it be? How would it be? Love to hear from you people. I'm enjoying, by the way, these interactions. You're a great, great team. I love it. What would you change? What's that one thing that you would change about the way you approach the quarter one? Yeah, what could that thing be? Just think about it as you think about that. Cool, I love it. Silas says the culture of saving. Nice, yeah. Culture of saving, great, yeah. And for sure, you can change that, you can make it a formula that doesn't put you under pressure. You can do it your way, yeah? Gloria says started a side hustle, long time, scheduling and following through. Solomon, thank you, yes. That thing, I'm going to call it that big animal in the room, being intentional, yeah? Raymond, thank you, Raymond. Being more balanced and able to more prioritize effectively, mostly maximizing downtime. Wow, wow, excellent. So you see all these things that you are sharing. Oh, and culture of acting, thank you. Thank you, Obed. All these things that you are sharing are all helping us to learn to, first of all, identify our challenges for ourselves, and then now to strategize a way forward. So now I'd like to ask, what's one habit you can adopt when we get into, okay, we're actually reading quarter. What habit can you adapt in quarter two to stay on track? And Patricia, thank you so much. Reset the goals and strategies. Cool. What is that one habit you feel that if I adopt this habit, Q2 is going to be a bang. It's going to be wow. Yeah. What is that? What is that you could do? Because these are the things that you are generating from your experience. Yeah. I know personally one habit I can adopt is delegation. I love so much to be engaged in things. I love to understand and appreciate things. And sometimes I'm like, take a step back and delegate and learn. I give people a chance to do those beautiful things. So that's one thing I'm doing more. So I can focus on being more strategic and, being that person who can actually strategize and help others to strategize at that level. That's something I'm really getting into. So that's what I'm going to do. What are you going to do? What's that one habit you're going to adopt? Loving it. Yay, go, Christine. Christine says consistency. Come on, come on. Consistency. So we have another buzzword, consistency. And Gloria also aligns consistency and following up. Following up is also under being intentional. Cool. Loving it. Would love to have one more. Silas, tracking on my expenses. I love it. Yeah, I love it. Because these tips you bring are ownership, things you're owning. Or Beth says having someone to keep me in check, accountability. Love it. Remember when we talked about having a coach or a mentor or that person who is in your circle who can support you and say, you got this, you can do this. Let me see. Solomon says scheduling. Yes, I'm a master scheduler, so I'll share a bit about that. Seeking more mentorship. Thank you, Raymond. Great. Scheduling and journaling. Yes. Juliana, thank you. Journaling. So these are great, great habits. So we are writing them here, but I'm going to give you, I'll give actually Coach Solomon a sheet where you can just retrack those goals. So that you'll get the slides with all the information, but you'll also get some kind of action planner. Yeah. But I want to encourage you that as you do all these things, they are for you. You're not doing them for me. They are for you. Because at the end of the day, even Coach Samuel will be so honored to hear your testimonies after that. Oh, guess what? This has improved. I've been able to pull this through. So it's for you. This is for you. And it is going to determine your success rate. Let me see. I have some more. Patricia says, have an alternative and then consistency. Archive less in a more effective way from Silva. Sandra says, same. I think journaling and intentionally tracking each goal will help immensely. Great. And like I said, remember, keep it easy. If you're not someone who likes writing, use your phone. Use your phone and let your phone do it for you. Come on, you have technology now, yeah? Do audio notes and say, this audio note is for the week of this, I'm assessing this. It's much faster, by the way. Or use apps where you talk and the app generates the script for you. AI came, guys. Make it easy, make it easy. Okay, so that will help you definitely. All right. So now when we look at step 4 is now gaining practical insights to make Q4 more productive. Yeah. And one of the things we can do is prioritizing your top 3 goals. There's that power of 3. It's something actually I also do. I just didn't bring my Post-its, but let me just do something here. You can have so many goals in a day, yeah. But it's always good to have that thing, the power of 3. If you can see anything here, the power of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So you may have 12 things to do, and they have to be done. But the key thing here is when you chunk things and prioritize the power of 3, they're first of all easier for you to remember. Number 2, it's always psyching you. Oh my God, those top things I gotta do. But they're easy for you to remember, they're easy for you to see, and easy for you to just put somewhere where you can actually even save them on your phone, like as a screensaver, or you can save them in a nice design so that you're motivated that this Q2 I'm going into, I have all these things I want to do, but these are my top 3 must-have. It generates that stimulated interest in you. So document them either in your journal, either by designing yourself a beautiful flyer. You can even design a beautiful flyer and you put it up somewhere near your room, in your wardrobe, or near your office where you're able to see it, on a daily, especially if the goals are not very, they're not very personal. But if they're very personal to you, then of course you keep them on your phone or in your laptop or in that book, yeah? But make it beautiful, design them, make it exciting, so that even you are zoomed and pumped up for them, yeah? And then a 90-day action plan will help. Why? Because remember, we're in quarter two. So 90-day, why? Because of course we're doing 30, roughly 30 times 3, 90 days. So you chunk it. So the 90-day action plan, for those of you who have worked in corporates, we have the annual plan, we have the quarterly plan, all these work plans. Use the same principles and create yourself that plan. So for example, in a 90-day action plan, again, you also can divide it into 30 days, 30 days, 30 days. And then in those 30 days, you divide again into like week by week, so that you break down, what am I doing? Like how you make a calendar of events or activity plan, do the same for your goals, quarter by quarter. That will make you win. And again, put them in a place you can track them. If they're very private to you, put in your bedroom, in a beautiful designed color or something, with a place where you can tick off what you're doing. Similar to like how we do vision boards, where you put all your goals in pictorial form with some notes and then you tick off, yeah? For those of you in the room who are Christians, prayer altars, the same thing. When you're praying and you have your prayer journals and prayer requests, you can also put prayers in envelopes and then stick them onto that manila paper. And then you put in the prayers that you're praying and then answer prayer. So do the same with the goals. You divide up those goals and you can put the goals in one envelope. Then when you've achieved, you transfer and say achieved. There is something about visual impact, how you feel, wow, I did it. If you're not into that, then again, use your journal book and just tick off, put a heart or a smiley face like, oh yeah, I'm done with this now, I've achieved it. And also regular check-ins, hold yourself accountable, but also get an accountability partner or a friend who can walk the journey with you, or a group like this one, where you can share and say, guys, how are we doing? This is now maybe end of April, how are we doing? End of May, how's it going? And also motivate each other, yeah? So it's very important to celebrate your progress and make it fun, yeah? Make it fun. I have songs that I play when I have achieved a goal, songs of celebration. I have my celebration dance, yeah, that one, yeah, wow, I did it, because it psychs you up. Like, if I can do this, I can do it again and again and again, yeah? So that's really important. So as I wind up, I'd just like to hear from you. Are you ready for quarter two? Because quarter two is here. And quarter two is upon us. Are you ready? You can do this. And just the fact that we have reflected on quarter one, there's homework for you. You need to go back and actually document all these things. You need to go and assess. You need to go and re-strategize. You need to re-evaluate and also celebrate. Make sure you celebrate that quarter one, all the achievements you had, so that you are empowered to move forward. Oh, Gina says she's not hearing. Just checking in. Do other people hear, or is it only Gina?
We can hear you. I think she has a challenge with audio.
Sorry, my dear. Sorry, dear. So as we get into quarter two, we need to get in, what's the word? We need to get in with that fire. We need to get in with that clarity. We need to get in with that power. So moving forward is very important. Never get stuck. And when you get stuck, ask for help, yeah? There's always someone who's been through it and can lift you up, yeah? So moving forward means we're moving forward with that clarity. We're moving forward with that confidence. We're moving forward knowing that we are going to be committed, yeah? So I would like to just find out if there's anything else you feel like, you know what? There's this one thing that still I feel it's not clear. We can then tackle that in the Q&A. But mine is to encourage you that after 20 years of working, I have really, really, really used these goals, different types. There's so many tools, by the way. There's vision boards, there's Wheel of Life, there's self-coaching, there's action templates, but they only work if you commit to them. You understand? So this is about you committing and wanting to move forward. You having that positive mindset that I can do it. And also remembering to stay in your lane, because You may see Coach Samuel running 100 kilometers and you feel, I'm only on 30 kilometers. Then you see Patricia is on 60 kilometers, Ramona is on 10. We are in different life stages, but the key thing, enjoy that journey. Enjoy that stage that you're on. You're going to get there at the right time. Timing is everything. So you have to trust the process. Yeah. And that's what I would like to close with. Trust the process, be encouraged, and keep yourself in a space where you are surrounded by people who drive that energy, drive your goals, who believe in you. But remember, first, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Be good to yourself. Be kind to yourself. You're a good person. You're a good human being, yeah? And when you're doing these goals, remember to look at all parameters. We have family, we have friends, we have health we want to work on. Health is not just eating nicely, but the exercise. We have also community. Are you giving back? Yeah. Don't just do goals just about you and you making your money, but are you giving back to community? How do you do that? Can you mentor someone? Can you coach someone? Are you taking time to relax? What are your fun things you're doing to help your mental mind? What do you do? Do you sing? Do you pray? I sing. I sing. I think my whole life is full of music. So in the morning, I'm singing during the day, and it brings a lot of life to me. My gospel music brings a lot of life. I write music. I love that. Yeah. Do you spend enough time with family? I emphasize again. Yes, we're busy, hustling, but do you intentionally spend time, spouse, your children, your parents? Do you make that special time? Yeah. And remember, if you can't be there physically, you can also call. Yeah. But we're looking at the whole spectrum, savings, investment, the financial aspects of it, but also your personal wellness. Are you growing? Are you growing yourself? Or you're just there saying, there's so many free courses all over on the phones, on LinkedIn, all over. Are you taking up the opportunity? So all these things are about you. Everyone has a way that they look at those personal and professional goals. One thing I also like to do is also challenge yourself. Come on, don't give yourself goals that are so easy that even you're not challenged. Challenge yourself. I'll tell you mine. I have traveled all over the world. I thank God for that. But there's this one country I must go to, and that is France. When I get there, please, please, you just excuse me, because I'll just be like, I'll stop using English. I don't know. I speak French. I've been trained in French, but I've never been to France. I've been to other French-speaking countries, but not France. So that's something I'm like, it's my big audacious goal, the Eiffel Tower, that picture of check me out, because it's something I love. I love the language and I would love to be there. Yeah. And I will. I have a plan for that. Family vacations. Yeah. Don't be looking at people's tips and saying, Mama, organize. Think about it. Think about this, by the way. January started, and if you're too late, you can still start in April. Save the money in chunks and agree with the family or your friends. We're going on a staycation. We're going to Dubai. We're going to Mombasa. Start with Uganda. I'm going to Chove. I'm going to Queen Elizabeth. But take time to stop and in your leave actually go and do something nice for yourself. Yeah. Solomon says, talk about music. Without music, I'm gone. Me too. I'm a musical child. I remember when we were younger, when power would go off, we would get pans and start knocking them and singing all sorts of songs, and our parents were like, my God, what's going on? So it's good to motivate yourself, yeah? And also just trust yourself. Like I said, you can achieve it. Visualize it and you can. Yeah. So I think for now, I'm going to stop here. And oh, Brenda Voices says, France is my dream destination. I'm glad it's valid. Come on, girl. Just get a picture of the Eiffel Tower. Do you see that? Place it there. Place your photo next to it. You're going to get there. And start saving. So for me, what I do, I've even gone to tourist agencies to find out, the ones we have in Uganda, how much the bill is. I know the bill, the full board bill with the flights, the accommodation, and then break it down. Do you know there are companies who actually allow you to deposit monthly here in Uganda? And then when the money has, become a total figure, then they organize for everything. Come on. So let's challenge ourselves much more. So once again, I would like to say thank you for listening to me. I am still available for questions and answers. So I would like to hand over to Coach Samuel. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Coach Jules, for the insightful session. I've been following here And I know that even the audience from the comment sections, you could see that they're enjoying. Please, if you feel you're getting value, could you just share some emojis and let's share some kindness and also share some words. What is your takeaway so far? What is that one thing that you feel you've taken away? I think it's very good that we reflect, we journal, just as Coach has been sharing with us. Quite insightful. And you could see, I think one of the things that you have mentioned is us remaining positive. The world has quite a number of storms here and there, but being able to remain positive here every day, I think pushes us forward. One of my other greatest takeaway is when you've shared us to make sure that at least we have accountability partners, routine check-ins. I think they are very, really, very important. The power of three, I've also found that very insightful. Make sure that you don't overwhelm yourself, but you create something that you can easily handle through. And of course, the other is the 90 days action plan, the visualization. So quite great insights for me that I've really taken away from the session. And I like the fact that this is also very interactive and our members are really benefiting. So much appreciated. So we're going to get into the questions, and I want to give an opportunity. You could also share your thoughts about what has been just shared. What is your reflection? What comes to your mind? And then we can be able to plan together. So what we could do, you can raise up your hand or such that we are able to moderate ourselves through, or you can type if you're uncomfortable to speak. But I don't think we encourage you is when you speak up, it helps. So Solomon, over to you there. You're the first to raise up your hand, and good to have you as part of the session. So you can ask your question, sir.
Thank you, Coach Samuel. Thank you, Jules. Wow. Personally, I'm just full of appreciation. When I saw the flyer, I was like, yes, we have the bombshell this morning. And so I woke up very, very energized to listen to what you have for us. And indeed, this has been super. Like, I'm following everything, every bit of it, and I'm taking it in. And it's not so different from the energy you share with your posts on LinkedIn. I read like literally everything, and no wonder you're going places, you have worked in different places, and congratulations on your recent appointment.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is so great. And Coach Samuel, just compliments. Coach Samuel, thank you for putting together such a platform and bringing people who really speak life into our lives. This is very transformational. I love it. I love where I'm headed because of this platform. And for me, from there are many things which have been said, but I'm looking at positivity, as I've typed in the chat. Positivity, intentionality, but also focusing on that one or two things which fill my emotional and energy bank accounts. Because if I do not keep refilling, then I might keep draining, and then I get tired. So just compliments. Thank you so much, and thank you for presenting with energy. Yes, have a great.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Solomon, for those comments. Some comments are coming through in terms of takeaway. Do we have any other questions? Do you want to speak to Coach and ask a question? Yes, Silva.
Good morning, friends.
Good morning.
Thank
Good. Yes. Thank you. Like Solomon, I also want to say thanks for this gratitude moment on a Saturday, cold morning, rainy. And thank you, our speaker, for giving us those insights. Julia, I can tell you that it's always hard to implement what we said, especially at the start of the year. But one more thing that I've also learned, and what you have clearly mentioned, is that as we look out to be that we want to be, we have to believe. We have to have self-confidence and believe that we can do it and be intentional. I can't really emphasize the intentionality. And thank you, Coach Samuel, for these moments once again. I'm one of the people that follows you so much on LinkedIn and came to inbox. I said I need to join this transformation platform because I believe that we're a young generation and the future belongs to us, and it's our time to start now. Living by example, because in a few years, we should also be motivators of other people. Thank you, and thank you, Julie, once again.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Coach Juliet, everyone. Thank you so much for the presentation. Actually, personally, I took up the island. Whatever I was doing that morning, I knew that this children and basically our family from such a point of authority and make the people as powerful, break them down. And I think taking the skills and like I'm making a full of them, 15 of them that can be
Okay. Sorry, Steve, we're not hearing you, but maybe Coach, again, all those appreciations coming through from our... Yes, Stephen, do you want to speak a little louder? I don't... Steve, we are struggling to hear you. You could, I don't know if you want to use the chat box if you're not able to speak easily.
Coach Samuel, I think he has posted his question. There's a question from Colin Stephen. How do you choose an accountability partner? Okay. Right, I hope you guys can still hear me. So to you, Collins, Steve, thanks for that good question. So can I just have confirmation? Can you still hear me?
Yes, please, I can hear you.
All right, thank you. So how do you choose an accountability partner? Very good question. How do you choose a mentor? Excellent, from Emmanuel as well. So and not only to Steve, to anybody who is interested. So an accountability partner, like we said, an accountability partner supports you to keep you on track, to make sure that they encourage you on the journey, give you advice and counsel, and even support you. So choosing an accountability partner needs to be someone who has registered similar success before. Someone who you can see that when they set out to do something, they actually achieve it and deliver on it. Someone who you know will help you to achieve your goals. But also an accountability partner can be someone who you really trust, who you're free with, but also a person who can challenge you positively. So you need to look for someone with those qualities. And these people can just be people in your workplace, even in your business interactions. Sometimes they can even be friends or family members, or sometimes even it can be your spouse. So it is upon you to see who is that person who I know will hold me accountable. An accountability partner must be available such that when you're having those challenges, you're able to call them and discuss. There must be someone interested also in you someone who really genuinely wants you to succeed. And once you have put down those qualities, start looking around. You'll be surprised that the person is right in your network, but you've just never thought about it. And then just go up and say, hi, I would like to know if you could be my accountability partner, and these are my goals, and we support each other. And then pay it back, pay it forward. Ask them as well, if you'd like, I can also support you, or look for someone to support, because you can't be driving all this when you're not passing on to anyone else, right? Yeah. Then a mentor. A mentor, again, is someone who is able to help you in your growth journey. Someone who is experienced, who has experienced a lot of things in the workspace or business space, though they've been there before you and they carry experience for you. So how do you choose them? That person is someone who is, of course, has registered also great successes, but someone who has a heart to help you move on your life journey. Someone who will share with you, pour into you what they have, and inspire you. So usually these are people who, again, could be in your network. And if they are not, sometimes you have to look around and be bold to ask. A mentor doesn't only look at your professional goals, but also your personal goals. They're able to also guide you, advise you, show you by sharing what they have been through, and they're great to have. I have a couple of mentors. I believe really they have really been there for me and have formed who I am today. And because of that, I mentor many people as well, giving it back, yeah? So identify somebody, ask them, I'd like to be a mentor. And if you can go back to my LinkedIn post, there's actually a post I have on mentorship, on how you identify what makes a good mentor. And remember, once you get them, you also have to be a good mentee. You have to also be able to keep time, follow up, don't go quiet. You need to also show them that, oh, this is what I'm achieving. Give updates, follow up. When are we meeting? Can we meet every quarter? Can we meet virtually? Can we have a cup of coffee? You good? So that is what I would advise. Then Solomon Kowemi says, someone who's genuinely interested in you, fantastic. Yes, they have to be, because if they're not, then it's not going to work. Eh? So that's why I would say take your time. I'll give you my example. Many years ago, I was still a young girl, and I really was admiring a certain leader. I would admire this man, like, wow. He was on boards, he was an MD of a company. I mean, we used to work with him in the organization I was working with, and we would organize leadership forums, and I would sit with these CEOs, and I just like, wow, man. People who you think, when will I ever meet the person? And then your boss is saying, you're the one organizing the CEO leadership forum, and you need to call them and you need to meet them. And oh my God. So it taught me one thing, confidence, being intentional to actually say, hello, my name is Juliet, and I really admire the expert. I would like you to mentor me. The rest is history. So I've worked with this gentleman for years. Yes, he knows me inside out. He knows my family. He attended my wedding. He is genuinely interested in seeing me grow and gave me some great lessons about life and work that, really have made me also who I am. Very, 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 very honored. So it's about you also being intentional to look around and seeing where those opportunities are, and then taking the step to say, hello, I would like that support. Yeah. Right. Any other questions? Coach Samuel, is there anything I could have missed? I'm trying to check.
I think unless we have, someone went off, but unless we have another question, I think somebody could come through and share. But
hello,
also,
hello,
I think
Samuel.
Yes, please come through.
Yes. Good morning, everyone on the call. I want to thank today's leadership on this participation. I'm Onesimus Kakoma. I think I would like to know more on this mentorship program. Over time, there have been challenges on identifying a mentor. And at times when you identify a mentor, you are so much interested and you have a lot of hope. But the challenge now, sometimes these people we identify, they don't give us time.
Oh.
You reach out to someone, then you are following up, you say you don't get tired on following, but it becomes hectic. and times you lose it up. So it has been a challenge to these people looking for mentors. I don't know if they are looking for people they are not in line with. I don't know where the challenge is. Again, on accountability partners. Accountability cuts across, as you have said, on personal and career developments, but also when you look at these partners, sometimes, to my understanding, you have to look for someone who is ahead of you. And when you try to look at this person, maybe he ignores you. This has been so stigmatic and challenging. I don't know if you can give more light and maybe advice and guidance on this. Thank you, Admin Onesimus.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And yes, of course, it can be challenging, but remember, we have already gone through our wonderful points where we're saying we have to keep having that positive attitude. We have to keep going. We have to keep moving forward. Now, what I would say is you can also get multiple people, so you have a backup. So you don't depend on one person. So if you have a mentor who maybe is more busier than others, you can use that person to maybe tap into on a quarterly, but then you can get another mentor who is more available. Yeah. So again, when you're looking for people, you need to look at those things. Will they be available for me? Will I be able to connect with them easily on phone to catch up on how I'm doing, or virtual calls? Yeah. So if you experience that, it would be good to look for an alternative so that you're not held back, right? And also, you talked about an accountability partner or mentor being ahead of you. Now, there are two things, and I testify of this. There's getting a mentor who is ahead of you, or even like an accountability partner who has done it before. But there's something under mentorship called reverse mentorship. I don't know if you've heard of this. So with reverse mentorship, you can benefit from somebody who has been there and has accomplishments that you see, oh, this can help me. They're ahead of you. But there's also reverse mentorship of being mentored by somebody with less experience than you, younger than you, but they have certain innovations that you see you need. So me, I have those types of mentors. I have the ones ahead of me who have accomplished and we're moving there, but I also have those who are younger than me that inspire me and I choose to tap from. Why is that important? Because usually you need a blend of both things. You need to see what is out there, but you also need to learn from this generation that we have that is younger than us. They have some great ideas. For example, most of these things we're doing, I learned from my sons. How to get on video, the lighting, how to make sure that your presentations are looking much better, how to use AI effectively to speed up and be a faster executor. You know, the audio journaling. I mean, I'm on a different level now, but that is something I didn't get from the senior mentors. I got from reverse mentoring. And another thing I got from reverse mentoring is that ability to just do it anyway. They're risk takers. They're like, wake up in the morning, like, today I'm going to do this, and they do it, and it works. So it's good to have a blend of both. So accountability partner and mentor and a mentor. Make sure that you have a multiple set, one or two. Me, I have around a group of 3. Then another group of, I have like different ones. I have a mentor from home, the home front. That's my mom, because she knows me. She knows her daughter. She knows what her daughter wants. She knows exactly how her daughter was designed. So she is honest and blunt, and she can tell me in love, Jules, this is going well, but this one, can we tweak it here? You know, and she praised me, she encouraged, she blessed me, she inspires. I need her from that level. Then I have a spiritual mentor. I have about 2 spiritual mentors. From the praying point, everything I do, I align with them in terms of work, family. So they know 360 who I am, and they guide me in the spiritual things of this world as a Christian, how to also overcome challenges through prayer, you know, and how to find myself in God. Then I have now the reverse mentors, younger people who I mentor, who I'm like, wow, I just love this, because I learned the way they think, the dynamism, the vibe, as they call it. I love it. So it has kept me restored. So that the tip would be, get multiple people. Those who are too busy, get a backup. Yeah. Okay. And I have two gentlemen who are much younger than me, and they teach me great stuff. Solomon Kogwemi, yeah, cool. Let's not be proud now, like, I already know. No. Learning is continuous. You've got to keep learning. Onesma says, keynote speaker, can you share contact? Okay, I will do that. I will do that. I'll put it in the chat, yeah. So really, this is about you actually being able to have the confidence to go out there and say, I'm here, I want to work with you, I want to have this support, yeah? And you talked about mentorship programs. There are many mentorship programs, many, by the way. It's just that sometimes people don't want the structure, but they help. So for example, for women, we have one under Girls for Girls. I'm a mentor under Girls for Girls, where we mentor 6 great leadership modules. They are life-changing. And we do it online or physical. For men, I think maybe Coach Tama will advise it. I know there's a guy called Andrew, is it Chamagero? The one who talks a lot about Muntu Wansi. He has some great content, some great virtual talks and even YouTube channel. And he really speaks mainly to men, but also women. But I feel like he has that niche. There's also that whole man cave thing. Yes, exactly. Yes. Now, I have tapped into some of those, YouTubes, and I'm like, cool stuff. So all that is kind of building us to be better. And that's why I'm saying we need to invest in ourselves, to drive ourselves to spaces where we can learn, spaces where we can grow, yeah? And, you don't have to wait for permission. You can even start your own, like how Coach Samuel did, and impact others. I personally have a foundation called Inspirational Women's Foundation. And it's just a simple association club where we share ideas, we pray together, we build each other up, we purpose to grow together. We have retreats together, we do some events together. We can keep on building ourselves up, yeah, and build Christian leadership values, yeah. Yeah. All right. So I don't know if there are any other questions, but I'll share my contact over here. Oh, there's something from, you just see, you just put this in, 8460. So that is also on WhatsApp. Onesimus, thank you. Onesimus says it's been so insightful session on mentorship and accountability partners. As young generations, we have a big challenge. On identifying the right mentor, a lot of mixed things around the space. Yeah. So please just take the tips that I have shared. That, like I said, that person has to be someone interested in you genuinely interested in you, genuinely interested in making sure you can grow, genuinely interested. They can look for you. They can be like, oh, it's been a month on Onesimus. I haven't heard from you. Are you okay? That's someone who's genuinely interested in you. Yeah. And someone who also can give you time. Yeah. Who can give you that time. And who also can give you time. And please don't misunderstand time, but a phone call. Some people I mentor on phone. Others we do online like this. Others we may sit once in a while and have a coffee or an ice cream and celebrate, yeah? So all these things are really about keep trying, don't give up. Huh? And if you find that you're not with the right person, find again. But I will share the LinkedIn contact on the slides I'm going to share with Coach Samuel. And you'll be able to find some of those articles, yeah, around that. So yeah, but I'm so honored. I'm so happy to engage with all of you. This has been so great, Coach Samuel. Thank you so much. And I really look forward to supporting if you have any similar comments or even just listening into the next one, if it can fit within the schedule. Yeah, over to you, Coach.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach Hughes, for the insightful session. And I could hear from the people they are really following through. So thank you so much for the session. And I know that we continuously learn from you. I think one of the things that you've shared is sometimes we're looking for mentorship, but there actually a lot of mentorship that is actually existing out there. And one of the mentorships is what we're having today, because I know it would not be easy for all of us to get you into one room. Let's say have a one-on-one with each one of us. But being able to come here, create an hour or two with us here, I think it's something that we need to leverage on. And we've made it a mantra at the Transformational Professionals Club to have these conversations weekly. And I'm so much glad that we have quite a number of members that are joining through these that are coming through. And then we actually also have a mentorship program, which is for principal members that subscribe to have a one-on-one with the mentors, but also have a more structured program. But one of the things I would also acknowledge that mentors are busy, and myself I also struggle through in finding mentors that create time. And somebody who has created also this space, I have quite a number of people running after me for mentorship, and I'll tell you the schedules are really busy. There are times where you feel you really want to give all your best, but you get overwhelmed in the picture. So when we organized, one of the reasons why I thought that the Transformation Professionals Club was something we needed to have is because we need to create a space where we are many, and we're leveraging onto the advantage of mentors that are coming through. So that is why we have Coach Jules coming through here and sharing, and we really appreciate for the time that you've created for us and all that you're also doing there. I also am an ardent follower of your LinkedIn posts, and I think that's the reason why we're even having this conversation. So that is great. Coach, I want you to just speak about how are you able to balance through all these things that you do? And I know you do quite a number of things. How are you able to balance off? I have quite a number of mentees in the club who are women who sometimes reach out and sometimes struggle balancing family, balancing work, the pressures that come with everything, parenting. How do you rejuvenate yourself and keep your energy going? Maybe you could just speak to those young women and older women that are really trying. They want to achieve in both the arenas. There's one of the things that I also see. I don't know if it's intentional. You have some career breaks in your journey. Could this be part of your way of how you get yourself back into the place? I think it would be good just to hear from you how you're able to do all these things. Sometimes even doing our passion, singing and so on, you can't create time for singing, but you're doing all these kind of things. Yeah, I would love to hear just from that perspective.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Coach Samuel. Wow. Sometimes when you look back at your life, you're like, how is this possible? But one thing I would say is faith. First of all, putting God first, yeah? Putting God first, because whether we like it or not, will not just appear from the sky. So I have a lot of faith. I trust God a lot for all the things I want to do. I submit all my plans to Him and ask Him to help me, And so that's, of course, through prayer groups, and through having that knowledge that, with God, all things are possible. Matthew 19:26. Now, these other aspects, I think, like I said, it's about a positive mindset, number 2 also. After prayer and putting God first, the positivity in your who you are, who you want to be, and believing in yourself. So I'm one person who rules for myself 24/7, self-coaching. I encourage and inspire myself daily. When I look at who I am and where I've come from, that helps me to navigate work, my mentorship and coaching space, but also my family, and making sure I take care of me, loving myself to that extent that I want to be the best version of myself every day. Number 3 would be really taking time to rest and refocus. So yes, the career breaks are ways I do that. Restoration, getting yourself restored, re-energized, And if you can't take a career break, at times also being able, to just ask for time off, so that even if it's a day or 2 days, you have that time and you really rest. Because what I've noticed here, people say they're going on leave, they're running all over. And I'm like, are you on leave? Because if you're on leave and you are taking leave, if you're in a workspace, for example, then make it a space where you're going to rest. Do something that will rest and restore you. Go somewhere, go away to a quiet place, get out of the busy Kampala. Do something that is away from the normal things you do. Stop the emails, reduce on the screen time. So for me, I do it a lot. I have something called social detoxing, which I do like once a month. So what do? I can switch off my phones like for maybe an hour or two, especially if it's a weekend. I know I won't get many busy calls. I can switch off like for 2 hours. And then my family will tell me, oh, the 2 hours up, and they switch them back on. If I can't switch off, I give the phones to my husband or my children and say, please take this phone for 2 hours. I don't want to see it. Why? It helps me to clear my mind. The phone is also very addictive, and it can create also additional workflows which are unnecessary. This can distract you. It can even change that positive mindset, because the interactions sometimes are not always so positive. Sometimes you see a sad news post, sad video. So you have to be in charge and do a social detox. Get away from the phone, get away from the email, get away from the TV. Yeah. Give yourself at least that time. If you can do it every weekend, cool. If you can do it once a month, cool. But times where you take those breaks away from digital technology, because it also can drain you. Yeah. So that's what I do. Number 4 also would be scheduling. I'm a big scheduler. If I give you my phone, it is full of schedules. I have a schedule for prayer, Bible study. Every day I have a schedule for exercise. They are all saved on the phone calendar, because you see, when you save it and you do it like, for example, you want to exercise 3 times a week for 30 minutes. You set it and it runs up to the whole year. Those are now goals that I don't even need to think about. That's how I am. Bible study is every day, you get. So there are also apps that can help you do that, yeah? And then I also have, we have under the Inspiration Women's Program, we have prayer altar every Saturday, 6:30. So I don't have to even think about it, it's obvious. So all these things are already scheduled. Then I have other schedules I put in, important key dates, birthdays, wedding anniversaries, things that I'm going to do with my friends or family, so I don't forget. So again, I use the calendar for that, so that I'm always ahead of myself in terms of what I'm doing. I don't have to be like, this week I wonder. And then at work, of course, using the same calendar approach for meetings, engagements. But even at work, I have focus time where I can block in my calendar like 1 hour for me to focus and reflect on the week, focus on the day even. If the day is very busy, let's stop. Go back to my office, close the door, and just refocus. Yeah. And also in that, I could also be praying and just seeking guidance on, okay, what am I focusing on? Am I on the right track? God, is everything okay? So all that is with scheduling. And did I say 4? If this is 5, I would say also understanding your purpose is very key. You may be a mom, you may be a wife, for the ladies, you may be a mama, you may be a wife, you may be a daughter. You see that? You're someone's grandma, someone's auntie, but you must know your purpose in that frame. Otherwise, you can tend to really get stressed. So how do I do it? Personally, I love family. I love my people. And so I'm a person who will communicate. I'll send audios of, hi, what's up? What you doing? What's it going? I update my family, what's going on in my life here and there. If I can, I make a call. I speak with my mom almost every day. We're in the same country really, but that's the love. That's the connection we have. Yeah. So that is an intentional thing. So I can also tell a man, today is like this. No. Bring this person over. Let's do this together. Reduce this. We plan things all together. And also I allocate time. Weekend, I try to allocate more for family. So my husband spending time together doing our favorite things. We walk a lot. We walk around the compound. We love nature. We love to just put a mat down and chill and lie down in the grass and just look up and just chill and be together. So being intentional. If you're married, have that special time. You don't have to spend and insist I have to go out, but you just have that special time where that you are actually going to spend time together. For the kids, are you going out? Can you catch a movie? We used to do things on Friday where we are basically full of Friday family night, we do Bible quizzes, and I'll make sure they're sweets so that people can win something if you get the right answers. We'll do dance shows or movie nights, yeah? But now the kids are much bigger, so I think it's a Bible quiz that's going because people want to win. Music, we like that. So if we're together on a Friday or a Saturday, we blast music. And people do their dances, we have a DJ. So make it easy, just like we talked about scheduling. Make a schedule where you know you have time for family, you have time for yourself. But during the week, if you know you're busy, focus on the week, give your best. So when you get home, try to avoid continuing work, because that of course cuts you off now, the family. Yeah, you're blocked off. Try to finish what you have at office, and then maybe just check a few things, yeah? You can follow up on, yeah? Of course, sometimes there are those emails you have to respond to, you can do it. If you're in business, your customers, I've learned this from my business people. I am not available beyond 8 p.m., but please leave a message. I'll work on it in the following morning. I'm like, are we in Uganda? That was so good. Like, then you respect that person that, oh, their working hours are from 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. They stop deliveries, they stop taking orders, but in the morning they'll pick it up, yeah? And I would say the last one would be really being kind to yourself and doing the things you love. Please don't postpone fun. Don't postpone fun, because remember, we're not growing any younger. So for me, singing is my fun. My husband and I sing together. We do music together. That is like our ultimate space when we're together. We pray together. We dream together. We crack jokes. We watch comedy shows. I'm big on comedy. I can laugh. So we laugh together. It's funny. So we do things that inspire us and keep us going, but we also give back together. So he's part of our Inspirational Women's program. We also had Men. Raymond is part of this program, charity. And we have things we do together to give back to community. It's so important to give back. It's so important to give back. And then as a mentor myself, I have spaces I am in, Girls for Girls, where we mentor online. Like I said, once a month, and some are physical. I'm a coach. I also have another coaching space. Get yourself in spaces where you are building yourself. So you're not just like, I'm just a mom, I'm just here to work, I'm just a wife. You are more than that. You are more than that. So balance, I don't believe in balance. I believe in integration, work-life integration, integrating your personal life with your business or work life, and trying to see how you keep on getting better. Yeah, it's a journey, but you can do this. And I hope for the men out there, I'd like to encourage you, please be gracious if you have wives, because she's like your superhero. And she makes sure that you get all the good meals on the table. She makes sure the house is clean. She makes sure the housekeeper is doing their bit, and she makes sure that basically your environment is great. So also partner with them, see how you can work it out together and win. And also for men, take time to join spaces like the Man Cave and others. And even this space, I think, is an excellent space where you are able to express yourself and build yourself up. I know you also have your own challenges in life, but we honor you men, because we cannot do life without you, right? Yeah. So that's what I would say, Coach. Over to you, Coach Samuel.
Thank you so much, Coach Jules, for that insightful response. And I'm very certain that my mentees have been able to really pick something out of that journey. And I love the way you say we're not growing any younger. I think there's a post that one time you made that was around living life holistically, which really spoke to me, and quite a lot that you share in this space that sometimes we wonder how you're able to juggle. But I think you've really shared. And I think for me, what stands out is the purpose, why you do certain things. I think that pushes you and gets you. And it's not easy, all right, but you get yourself in seeing how to survive, because if they asked you if even for coming for this session, it's a struggle. There are quite a number of things that you're trying to put here and there, but because of the heart of service, the heart of sharing, and you're like, I need to show up, I need to be there. I think that is one of the things that we need to. I know that there could be somebody who is just wondering when you speak about the aspect of purpose. I know you're doing a lot to do with disability inclusion, and quite a number of other things around women empowerment. Would you just want to share for a moment for somebody who could be struggling on the journey of their purpose and how they can be able to create some impact?
Okay, wow, sure. And thank you so much, Coach. So in terms of purpose, that's quite a big animal. However, one thing I would say is please find it. Please find it. Please find it. Because when you find your purpose, you're truly able to live that full life. Unapologetically, I call it, yeah. You show up unapologetically. You are able to be your best self. So finding your purpose really starts with understanding who you are, why you're here, yeah. You know, you're not here by mistake. Even this particular time right now was destined. We were destined to meet today at this time. It's not an accident. So you are here, you know, not by accident, but by purpose. And appreciating who you are, knowing what are the things that God has entailed for me, because God has a purpose for everybody. And finding it is about you looking at those things. What are the spaces I love to be in? What are my values? What are the things I would die for? Yeah, for example. What are the things that make me angry? The things that I'm frustrated about that I want to change and improve. So for me, one of those is disability inclusion. My husband is blind. He lost his sight many years ago. That story is also on LinkedIn. I'm not going to go back there. But we are inspired by that because it gave me a new way of looking at disability. And that's how I became, for example, a disability inclusion advocate. So again, when you find something you're passionate about, activate it and see how you can start fitting it into your goals and your lifestyle. So for example, because of what I've shared with my husband, we are very big on people with disabilities. We mentor a young child. We also support couples who could be like us. There are couples like ourselves where one person has disability, the other one doesn't, but they are together. We inspire that. Through Inspiration Women's Program, we also do community fundraising for such initiatives. We did one for an open friends center that takes care of children with special needs. We're very big on that. But then on my front as well, under Girls for Girls mentorship program, I started a cohort for women with disabilities for them to also show up and get the skills that we get. So you see what I'm doing or I'm saying is when you find something you're passionate about, go out there and do it. Start small, but you'll find that as you keep on, engaging yourself, you'll grow bigger and you love it. I love that space. I love to mentor. I love to coach. I love to develop people and see people be better. And I love to pour out and share where I've come from. So someone doesn't have to go through the hassle you get of wondering, will I be promoted? How can I grow? That's why my journey of, I'll say my professional journey is even for me amazing. I believe it's because I found my purpose and I understood the assignment and understood that it's divine. Even this is not by mistake, you know. So when you find your purpose, it gives you that belief in yourself. You have that confidence to go on, and you're able also to really live to the fullest, because you may be running a business, you may be working, you may be still studying, but there's something driving you each day to wake up and say, I'm going to change the world, one conversation at a time. When I coach, I'm changing the world. When I mentor this kind of spaces, I'm changing, transforming lives one day at a time, one conversation at a time. And that's beautiful. So I also encourage everyone here, think about your legacy. How do you want to be remembered? That will drive your purpose. How do you want to be remembered? What do you want people to say about you when that time comes and maybe you're no more? What do you want to be remembered for? That will drive. So these are the things that inspire me to do what I do. And when I have such wonderful invitations, I can't turn them up. You know, however much it was raining and cold, I show up because it's important. For my husband, I show up for him just to inspire you. He's a musician, yeah? He plays the piano, guitar. He also teaches piano and guitar. I'm learning the piano at this, I'll say tender age, but we sing together, we perform at weddings, we perform at family functions, and it's our space to be together, yeah? Anything music, I have learned really from him, the technical, and then he polishes, you know, the other bits of me that I need, and we're together. but he's blind, but he's able to do that. He's also an electrical engineer, yeah? In his space, he's a consultant, an advisor. At home, we don't have issues with power. We're on solar, we're on inverter. I've learned so much in his space. So also, are you able to also learn from other spaces? Or are you so set in your ways that you only do what you do, yeah? So it's really about appreciating all these spaces, appreciating those values close to your heart and driving them. Of course, I don't do this every day, but because I can use LinkedIn forums, I post articles on Monday around personal development, then Fridays is for disability inclusion, to get awareness out there about how we can be better people and then how we can also embrace disability inclusion and support people with disabilities better in our spaces. Yeah. Over to you, Coach.
Wow. Thank you so much for all that you do. I think one of the things that I really pick, even as you've had the whole conversation, is scheduling. And I think that is why you're able to do all these things. I'm surprised that you even sing on weddings, on parties. And I was about to ask that you give us a cappella, but I know that maybe we could also ask where we can find some of your music, maybe with your husband, just in case it's out there. I think it would be very good for us to just listen in. Already, even as you speak to us, it's quite inspirational, and we know even the music as well has really great message. And to all our people who have come through to the session, we really appreciate you, your time. We again don't take it for granted, because when we invite a speaker, we also want an audience, people that can listen in. To those that have followed us on YouTube, either you're watching this live as a live session or you're watching a replay of the same, we really appreciate and don't take it for granted. And we really appreciate you, Juliet. I remember the time I reached out for a session, you're very positive about sharing. And for me, that really humbles my heart, which is the same thing that I think I've also picked out from this mantle, that it's whatever we know, we should let other people know. And we're just vessels that are to serve other people. This is what we are called for. Sometimes even when you feel there is no financial reward around it, your heart is just happy. After you've shared, after you've gone through this message, you just feel happy because you've fulfilled what you're really called for. So if it's purpose, find it. If you've not found it, please seek every day. Find yourself. I'm an accountant myself, but I found my purpose in people, that even when I'm in these spaces, it is something that just gets me there. So I think I really relate a lot with Juliet's journey. So as we conclude, maybe we could just get just to hear from you, Juliet, what could be your closing remarks. But even as you share, we have quite a number of people who are career professionals on this call, who have aspirations to grow, and they know you are a head of HR somewhere. And also, there are also people who would want to take charge of their financial journey. And I think one of the reasons why you're able to take those career breaks and do is you must be big on how you manage your finances. So maybe you could just give a comment on that, on the career growth and financial, and then you could give us your closing remarks, such that
All right, thank you so much, Coach. And again, please remember, when I give these examples, this is my experience. Your experience may be different, but it can help you to have a plan, yeah? So for career, as Coach has said, I've always been inspired to work, but not just to work, but to serve. Why? That is how my parents raised me. You provide a service. You don't just work. So I would say that is one key thing, yeah? And because of that, when I get an assignment, I don't look at it just like a job. I look at it as an opportunity to serve others, to better others, but also an opportunity to really live out my godly purpose as a Christian, to be known for that, as a Christian, as a godly woman who is able to serve with the right ethics, yeah? So that is key, because otherwise I would not definitely have been able to work all these big organizations. How? You get. So when you show up at a new job, or even a new business venture, serve with purpose, serve deep with your heart. Is it easy? No, of course it's not. But if you're intentional, like the things we discussed before, it's easy because remember, I told you, take it day by day, one conversation at a time, and you'll find it becomes part of you. So for example, you'll not find me with a team shouting at them. It's impossible. Well, why would I shout for what? I would rather serve in that conflict and find an amicable way of resolving it. That's service, you get it? And also humility in the way that you serve. Some of these titles they give us, they are very big. So people fear, like, oh my God, you're the one, oh my God. But actually, the title is not you, yeah? But the service is what will be remembered, yeah? So that's why I asked, how do you want to be remembered? When they now say, okay, now this title is finished, and thank you very much for yourself, how do you want to be remembered? Yeah, that's really important. And so for me, career is about that serving diligently with one heart, and also boldly serving in a way that you can stand up for what is not right. You can challenge the status quo when things are going wrong and not just close an eye and watch things go bad. So serving with honor will give you a character of dependability, reliability, someone who is a person of integrity, and it will open doors for you in business and in career. And so for me, wherever I've worked, that is something that I have worked with, and my parents always bless all my appointment letters, bless all the organizations, even up to now, you know, like where we are going, where are we going? Okay, let's pray. So that is also important. How do you enter that space of work or that business venture? Do you share it with those people who matter more so that they can be rooting for you, because they're the people you need? So as we're growing our careers, we need to serve. We need to serve with that heart and serve knowing that as we're being watched, how do we want to be remembered? What character are you creating? What atmosphere are you creating? What environment are you creating in the way that you work, in the way that you treat people, in the way that you treat your space, that position, yeah? So that you can grow and be better. And also be someone who people can actually rely on and approach for help. Financially, when I was much younger, I was not very good at this thing called financial saving. I'm a spender. I could spend. I love spending, because it felt good. And after that, I realized, hey, where's the money? So I went back to my mom. And she just sat me down and gave me this beautiful Excel sheet. I'll never forget it. And I thought to myself, where has this sheet been all my life? And it's what I use up to now to just portion out, for example, the budget on a monthly basis, the key things you have to do. You'll find there are some repeat things, so that's easy. But things that, what is that word for, like or something? You have a miscellaneous to cater for that. But there's also a saving element and an investment element. So when I was much younger, it was so hard. I was like, Mommy, I can't save. The money is not enough. The kids they were still young, had to go to school. And it was like, no, as you grow older, just know when the money accumulates, save and invest it. So when I got one of my mentors, I got one of my spiritual mentors, she's an investor, she's a powerhouse. And I was like, I want to know how to be better. So she taught me now about the deeper investments, which I now shared back with my mom. So now we're both investing, for example, in T-bonds, yeah? Good chunks of money that give us the payouts twice a year. For example, it's worth for us because you lock that money up and it works and serves you. So I'm able to always have money. And by the way, you can lock these bonds for 8 years or 10 years. You can put the larger amount of money you put, the better you get back, the better the return and the interest through banks. So it has helped us to have stability through the times. By the time I say I'm going to take a career break, I know I'm financially able to maintain my lifestyle. Yeah, you understand? But also the career breaks are not always driven by me. Sometimes God will just guide that this time it's up. This assignment is now on and we need to move to something else. Yeah, I can also feel it. And in those breaks, sometimes I take breaks to learn. Other times is to rest. Other times is to cater to support somebody who is unwell. There's a time I took a 1-year break. Why? My child went through, I think, over 7, 10 surgeries. So how would I work? It was impossible. So I took that 1 year out. But in that 1 year, I was speaking like this. And this was before all these platforms. So I'd have to go somewhere and speak. And I was carrying my second child. So just know, it was hectic. But I made money, you get. So what am I saying? Even in finances, sometimes you'll have moments of highs and lows. When you're in a low place, try to budget to fit in that space, but always know that I still save something. I used to save in foreign currency also when I was younger. So you get your money, you put aside $100. You put aside maybe 50 pounds. Then that is your miscellaneous backup if you have an emergency. I'm just giving you an example. But now I've grown older, I prefer to use those big investments and put big chunks in, and lock them in there. Another thing is if you have a privilege of working with an organization that gives you a provident fund, for example, when the time comes to pay it out, maybe and you're moving to another place, don't just go spend it all. Put a chunk of that back, into a T-bond investment, or you can do unit trust. They're different ones. But for me, my mentor, she's taught me how to accumulate that amount. So I always have that financial cushioning, and that gives me stability to be able to make certain decisions and say, I think we're going to do this or do that. So even the career breaks I took when people wondered, are you okay? I'm very okay, because it was already planned and there was already finances planned for that period to take us through. So it's really about, again, scheduling and planning and understanding who you are and where you want to go. So even now I challenge you, on this date, 5th of April, where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? Where do you want to be in 20 years? Because you can't just, as you plan, you have to also project where are you going, so you know how to navigate. I'm 50 right now, So for example, in the next 5 to 10 years, I can wind up with work, but I can also see that, when I retire, this is the kind of quality of life I want. I'll still be mentoring and coaching at that stage, but I want to do more, and not just want to sit, put my feet up. I would like to be active, but in a different way. But for now, I'm finishing up those last years of work. So I'm willing to give in another 5 to 10 years, then I can shoot out, But it doesn't mean because you're working, you cannot live your purpose in other ways. I'm living my purpose right now. I had a good straight Monday to Friday, and I'm doing this from the heart. This is even pumping up my energy for the next week because I'm doing what I love. So doing what you love, when you get these jobs or business opportunities, is important. Your love will show through. Me, I'm loving this. I love these engagements. So I take that energy back with me to work, so that I'm not in a job or in a business where you're like, I hate this. You've got to activate that love. So I would just inspire you as we wind off. Always remember, people are watching you, and there's someone who admires you. Many people who admire you right now, you guys on this call. You don't know them, but they're like, wow, I wish I could be like Patricia. I wish I could be like Coach Samuel or Juliet or Solomon. Man, how do they do it? So you are in charge of managing yourself right, so that you present the right role model and you can inspire others forward, So that's one thing I'm always cautious about, like, where am I? I may be in a place where I don't know anyone, but I'm always conscious, how am I showing up? Am I showing up right? Am I polite? So I'm that person who can greet you in the supermarket and you don't know me, like, hi, how are you? How are you doing? I love that. I love to engage and change the environment and make it positive. I love to bring light and energy. So it helps me to also feel alive in the moment, but I also want to be remembered for that. Someone who gave back, someone who helped, someone who built others, someone who inspired others, someone who was reliable and dependable, someone who also left a memory and an imprint. Music, when the video's out, we will share it. We're planning on working on a couple of songs with my husband and posting them on YouTube. So it's not really about money for us, it's passion. We love to sing, we love to write. I write music, my husband does the composition. He produces beautiful tracks. He's so talented. Even talking about it right now, it's like, woo. So that's what we do. And when our music is ready, we're working on a few tracks. We will definitely share the link. I'll share it with Coach, and then you can enjoy that music. I just want to say thank you for all of you who showed up. I believe that this is going to be a great opportunity for you to show up in Q2 and the rest of 2025. And I look forward to hearing from your successes. Thank you so much. Over to you, Coach.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach, for the sharings. And thanks everyone who has come through to this session. It's been very powerful, very inspirational, and we really appreciate and we really pray that may God continue to bless you with your family, with your husband and children.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great weekend. Thank you.